a lot of things to talk about in all of these radio shows. And yeah, we'll get back to discussing that in just a minute. Hello, this is Radio, the only radio show about radio shows. And we are actually part of the large company that is behind all of these radio shows, namely Radio Inc., Radio Incorporated. And this is a radio show all about radio shows. It really is. We don't have a website yet, but we're working on it. This is one of our new shows. But this is coming to you straight from the Creative Directory room, meeting room, right here in Radio Inc. headquarters. And we've actually got the CEO here today to talk about the radio creation process. His name is actually Radio. So for short, we call him Raid. We call him Raid. So Raid, as my boss, you are in charge of a lot of radio shows here. Correct. How many radio shows do you guys currently own? I know this is obviously one of them, but including this one, how many different shows do you have?
Well, as far as I remember, for our radio shows, we have got somewhere around 200 shows or so. Different shows about different topics and different types of topics on different things.
Yes, and actually I am, we do also have a lot of us here, but I'm actually part of the group in charge of making these radio shows for you. Yeah.
Well, that would be correct. Your team is amazing and has created so many of these lovely radio shows.
Yes. Well, thank you for coming in. Today we are going to be talking about some more potential radio shows that we may see in the future, some voids, some niches that we haven't actually filled yet in any of our radio stations. This is not 84.6 Radio, the only radio show about radio. Well, as many of you know, as I know that many of the people who watch this actively listen to a lot of our radio shows, there are a lot of radio shows. Nobody could take the time to listen to them all. We actually produce more radio shows in one day than there is time in one day. There's actually a lot of radio shows, and we're here to come up with more of them. Let's see here. We do have a gaming radio show already. That's Gamer.fm. But let's see. There is a small niche of gamers that aren't really represented by this radio show. These are, of course, the ECDP speedrunning community gamers, and I feel like they need their own little special spot. So, yeah, there we go. And that's a new radio that'll be up tomorrow. And that's about it. Thank you for listening to this radio broadcast and really just, hearing us out and what we have to say. And that's our radio of the day. That's our new radio today. That brings the new total radios up to, let's see here, 248 shows now. And of those shows in our previous episodes, we have created 56 of those shows. Thank you very much for tuning in to this radio show. My name is Dio Raid, and this is Radio.